About time for another one of these, I guess. Hello, I'm Jackson Haney from Insane Internet Wrestling, and this is the Hot Tag. This time around, I want to talk about Roman Reigns, the guy who has held the top championship in WWE for about 2 years, and the man who WWE has tried to make the face of the company for nearly a decade, to varying degrees of success. And whether WWE is trying to force him down our throats like some pill we don't want to take but we have to for medical reasons, or we just genuinely accept him as one of the top guys in WWE, he's always been one of the top guys in WWE, whether we like to admit it or not. And in my opinion, it's about time people just accept it. But today's video is not about us accepting Roman Reigns or WWE handling Roman Reigns, because for the most part, they've somehow fixed that. Today's video is about Roman Reigns' World Championship reign that started at Payback 2020 and has been continuing ever since. If you don't remember how the reign started, here's a recap. In early 2020, Roman Reigns was your typical top face in WWE. Happy-go-lucky guy, always does it for the fans in some corny feud with the worst person to ever exist, Baron Corbin. But then COVID struck, and because Roman Reigns was diagnosed with leukemia at various points, he was more at risk to getting the disease and therefore had to sit out. He was booked to wrestle Goldberg, yeah, remember that, for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania 36. But again, COVID, that put a stop to those plans, and Braun Strowman took his place. God, all this is just making me really sad. Anyway, Braun Strowman ended up winning the Universal Championship, defended it against Bray Wyatt, The Miz and John Morrison, and then Bray Wyatt again, with Wyatt winning the championship at SummerSlam 2020. And that's when Roman Reigns returned, with some new teeth and a new attitude. I feel like I've said that before. Roman Reigns had turned heel. It was something that fans had wanted for years now, and it looked like we were finally getting it. And lo and behold, Reigns had allied himself with Paul Heyman, an even better move. And that Sunday, or Saturday, I don't remember which, on Payback 2020, Roman Reigns defeated Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman in a triple threat match to win the Universal Championship. Here we are on July 2nd, 2022, and Roman Reigns still holds the Universal Championship. Payback 2020 was 672 days ago. I was going into 9th grade. I had just started 9th grade when that pay-per-view happened. Sorry, premium live event. And now I will be a junior in high school come August. That's how long Roman Reigns has held the Universal Championship. And as if being the best thing in WWE and holding the Universal Championship for 7 centuries wasn't enough, he decided to add one more accolade to his list, and that was being the first person to hold the Universal Championship and the WWE Championship at the same time. Lo and behold, it happened. WrestleMania 38, we witnessed Brock Lesnar vs. Roman Reigns Part 173, with Roman Reigns getting the victory and winning the WWE Championship. WrestleMania 38 Night 2 was 91 days ago. I haven't uploaded a video in over 91 days. What have I been doing with my life? Anyway, yes, Roman Reigns has held both top championships for nearly 100 days. And that reign doesn't look like it's going to end very time soon, even with Brock Lesnar vs. Roman Reigns Part 174 on the horizon. Now, think back just a few seconds ago to when I said that this reign didn't look like it was going to end anytime soon. Now keep that in mind as I segue over to Bruno Sammartino. To you novices out there, he's just some old dude who wrestled back in the 60s and 70s. To hardcore fans like myself, he is one of the most influential wrestlers of all time. Bruno Sammartino is the man who held the WWF Championship for 2,803 days. That translates to just over 8 years. And that's just his first reign. His second reign lasted 1,237 days, which translates to just over 3 years. So in total, Bruno Sammartino held the WWF Championship, or the WWF Championship, or whatever the heck you want to call it, for over a decade. Why would he hold the belt so long? Well, this was back during the territory days, and each territory had their own set of stars. Bruno Sammartino was Vince McMahon Sr., Vince's dad. That was his biggest draw. And no one else, apart from maybe Pedro Morales, came close. Anytime people went to watch a WWF/WWF show, they came to see Bruno Sammartino headline. And that's why it got so quiet when he lost the championship to Ivan Koloff after over 8 years. Because people had got accustomed to Bruno Sammartino vanquishing his challengers. He was the unstoppable force that couldn't be beaten, and then he was finally beaten. But to bring all of this back around to Roman Reigns, here's my question of the day. Is WWE attempting to give Roman Reigns the Bruno Sammartino treatment? Because no one has held the WWE Championship for over 2 years, and when I say 2 years, I mean 2 years. Not a year and a half, not a year, 2 years or more. No one has done that since Hulk Hogan in 1984. That's almost 40 years ago. Now, have people held a championship for over 2 years since that? Of course they have. Pete Dunne and Walter did it with the United Kingdom Championship. But no one has done it with a major world championship, to my knowledge, since 1984 and Hulk Hogan's WWF Championship reign. And with Roman Reigns, a heel champion at the helm, I think they could do it. They could line up everybody. Get Big E, Cody once he gets healthy again. Heck, you could bring in some guys from NXT. Braun Breaker. Whoever else is still in NXT at this point. They could get anyone and everyone to challenge Roman Reigns, and they all fall short. But is WWE actually going to do this? Honestly, I have no idea. That's why I'm asking you guys. I want to see the viewers, whoever you may be, talk about it in the comments, on your Twitter pages, on Reddit, wherever, and I just want to see what you guys think. If WWE was actually going to do this, there would be a couple questions. How long would the reign be? And who would he lose to? It really could be anybody who dethrones him, but you never know. All I know is this: the reign of the Tribal Chief is absolute and undying. And I hope that it continues just a little longer. I'm Jackson Haney from Insane Internet Wrestling, and that was the Hot Tag.